Here's a hard truth you don't learn until you've got nothing left to give anybody. Most of the people in your life aren't there for you. They're there for what you do for them, the money, the favors, the free help. And the day you stop providing it, they evaporate like rain in the desert. I'm 88. I've watched it from this chair for 26 years. Let me tell you the 5 people who vanish the second you stop being useful. Now don't get me wrong. Real people exist. I've got a few, but they are rarer than most folks want to admit. And the only way you ever find out who's real is to stop being useful. Get sick, get old, get poor, get quiet, and see who's still standing there when the favors dry up. I found out the hard way, so let me save you the trouble. Number 1, the fair weather friend. This is the one everybody's got. The fella who's around for the good times, the barbecues, the card games, the fishing trips, when you were the one with the boat and the cooler and the money to host. Back when I had my construction money, before the desert, my house was full every weekend, full of friends, so I thought. Then I lost most of it in '94. Bad business deal, my own fault, and within about 3 months that house went quiet. The phone stopped ringing. The fellas who used to slap my back and call me a good man, they found somebody else with a boat. Not one of them was cruel about it. They just drifted, because there was nothing left to drift toward. A fair weather friend isn't your enemy. He's just weather, and weather always moves on. How do you spot one early? Easy. Pay attention to whether they ever show up when there's nothing in it for them. A real friend helps you move. A fair weather friend comes to the housewarming. One costs him something, the other feeds him. Watch which one a man chooses, and you'll know exactly what he is. Number 2, the relative who only surfaces when there's money in the water. Every family's got one. The nephew, the cousin, the in-law. You don't hear from them for a year. Then suddenly there's a warm phone call, just thinking about you, and somewhere in the next 5 minutes, a problem only your wallet can solve. I had a nephew like that, charming as the devil. For about 15 years, every call from him ended with a number, a loan, a favor, just till I get back on my feet. And I gave, because he was family, and I had it. Then I moved to the desert with no money left to give. And you know what? I have not heard that boy's voice in 11 years. 11. He didn't lose my number. He lost the reason to dial it. Here's how you flush them out. Stop giving. Just once. Say I can't this time, and watch what happens next. A relative who loves you will say, okay, how are you otherwise? A relative who loves your money will go cold, or get angry, or simply vanish. The no is the test. Their reaction is the answer. It is the cheapest, most honest test there is. Number 3, the people who loved your house, not you. This one stings, because it often hides inside family. When you're the one with the big home, the gathering place, the holiday house, the spot where everybody comes, you feel loved, surrounded, needed. But be careful. Sometimes they don't love you. They love the table you set. When I sold the big house and bought a trailer, the holidays got real quiet, real fast. Turns out a lot of folks weren't coming to see me. They were coming to see the spread, the pool, the big yard, the free Thanksgiving. A man in an airstream in the desert doesn't set much of a table. And funny thing, the crowd that loved me didn't make the drive. But the 2 or 3 who actually love me, they'll sit in a camp chair in the dirt and be happy just to see my face. That's how you tell them apart. Shrink your table and watch who still comes. The ones who only come for the table will tell on themselves the moment there's no table. Don't mourn them. You didn't lose a friend. You just found out you never had one. Number 4, the ones who needed your strength. This is the one nobody talks about. Some people attach themselves to you because you're the strong one. You're the rock, the fixer, the shoulder, the one with all the answers, and the broad back that carries everybody's troubles. And it feels good to be that man. I was that man for 40 years. But here's the trap. People who only need your strength can't handle your weakness. The day you finally have a problem, the day you're scared, or sick, or grieving, and you need to lean for once, a lot of them get real uncomfortable and back away. They didn't sign up for a two-way road. When my wife Eleanor got sick, some of the very people I'd carried for years couldn't get out of the room fast enough. They needed me to be strong. My grief reminded them I was just a man. A real one stays when you're weak. That's the whole test. Anybody can stand next to a strong man. It takes a real friend to sit beside a broken one and not look away. Find out who can look at you at your worst and not flinch. Those are the only ones worth a damn. Number 5, the flatterers. These are the most dangerous of the lot because they feel the best. They tell you what you want to hear. They praise you, agree with you, laugh at your jokes, call you wise and generous and good, and the whole time they're working an angle. A flatterer is just a salesman who hasn't named his price yet. The honest people in your life will tell you when you're being a fool. They'll argue with you. They'll say the hard thing. The flatterer never does, because his goal isn't your good, it's your favor. And the day you've got nothing left to give, the compliments stop overnight, and you realize that smooth, agreeable fella never actually liked you. He liked the access. When I lost my money, I lost every flatterer I had in about a week. And good riddance. They were heavy to carry, and they weren't even real. You want to know who's real? Find the person who tells you a truth you don't want to hear, with no profit in it for themselves. That person is worth more than 100 who tell you you're wonderful. 5 of them. The fair weather friend, the relative who smells money, the ones who loved your house, the ones who needed your strength, and the flatterers. Every one of them disappears the second you stop being useful. And here's the thing I want you to really hear. That is not a tragedy. That is a gift. Because when you stop being useful and all the takers leave, what's left standing in the quiet is the real thing. The 2 or 3 people who don't want a single thing from you except your company. Out here in the desert, with no money and nothing to offer, I found out exactly who those people were. And I'll tell you, 3 real ones is richer than 100 fakes. I'd rather have my little handful of true ones and an airstream than a mansion full of people waiting for me to pick up the check. Stop mourning the ones who leave when you've got nothing. They were never yours. The desert taught me that. Losing everything is just how you find out what you actually had. So if people are leaving you now because you've gotten old or sick or you can't do for them what you used to, let them go. Hold the door. The ones who stay after that door swings open are the only ones who were ever really there. Quality over quantity. Always has been. I'll see you out here if you're one of the real ones.